Police spending several hours outside a home there, but they aren't saying much as to why. Fox 2's Dave Spencer working this one for us. He's live. Now, Dave, what are neighbors telling you at this point?
Yeah, I did speak to neighbors. We'll get to that in a minute. In fact, one of them called 911. She spoke to me earlier today, but I just want to set the scene of what's happening right now. It is a very active scene, and it's been this way since about 7 o'clock in the evening here in Lexington Street, which is close to 8 Mile and Beach Daily in Redford Township. A very quiet subdivision, but all of that changed at around 7 o'clock when that person I spoke with who claims to have called 911 says she was driving by. She literally heard the shot. Her kids in her car ducked down. That's how close they were to us. She immediately called 911. Then from that same house in which they heard the shot, she saw children running from that. And right now we're watching as police with flashlights have this home roped off that they seem to be concentrating their investigation. Just minutes ago, a police dog from State Police was out going through the scene, potentially looking for any evidence. Again, it's been this way for 3 hours. Very active, very quiet. Sources telling us that there was a person shot, and what we're hearing is that it was done by a relative. Other than that, police here on the scene have been very tight-lipped about what all this is stemming from. They are currently obviously still very much investigating. We did speak to some neighbors who tell us that they have been told by police, though, there is not an active threat and that somebody was taken into custody. In fact, that was witnessed by a number of people that we spoke with, a person being taken into custody. They also said, these are the witnesses and those who have called 911, that the victim here was taken privately in a car to a hospital where that person is undergoing some sort of treatment. We can only assume the condition, the age, anything like that is still unknown right now. But just here's a little bit about more from that person who called 911.
We saw a lot of commotion. It was a car full of people over there, and then we drove in our driveway, and then I called the police, and it all went down from there. Police came, and the guy started running, and the police were running, and they got him.
And according to that same person, she said she's pretty familiar with that house. In fact, her child was over there not 10 minutes before all of this occurred, she said. She said when her child came home, they got ready to leave. That's when all of this happened. That's when she heard arguing, then she heard the shot fire, then she saw the kids running out. She said roughly 4 to 5 children at that house came running out, screaming, terrified. And all of this transpired, and then around 7 o'clock. And here we are now at 10 o'clock, some 3 hours later. And obviously this investigation is ongoing. We hope to learn more in terms of some of the particulars as to who is involved and who's in custody. But all of that is still very much unknown until we get some more information from the police that are currently working the scene. Reporting live in Redford Township tonight, Dave Spencer, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, so disturbing. You mentioned kids running from the house. Do we know where they went?
Yeah.
And are we seeing EMS units, SWAT units there? And are they trying to communicate with people inside the house?
No, it doesn't seem like there's any active threat at this time. In fact, the neighbors say that they took a person into custody, and that was kind of the end of the searching for anybody that may or may not have been involved. They kind of have been told, like, there is no threat right now. You guys are safe, and that's pretty much how they're treating the scene. Now the house is roped off. We are seeing people with flashlights searching for evidence, but we're not seeing police cars coming and going with any sense of urgency, as if they're looking for somebody that we would see at other scenes similar. They haven't done much to keep us back. We're able to kind of get up pretty close to the scene, and I wouldn't say that would be the case if they thought there was any threat. They would probably move us back. So at that point, doesn't seem to be any more threat, at least coming from this situation tonight.